The French region of Provence is known for its fresh produce and picturesque landscape, so we decided that the best way to see the area would be to go to a new farmer's market every day for a week straight. Along the way, we learned about these beautiful towns, tried some new foods, and even stumbled on some unexpected places.
We are kicking off the 7 days of farmers markets here in the Vaucluse in Provence on Saturday with the town of Apt.
Apt was founded by Julius Caesar in the year 1 BC, who gave it the name Apta Julia. The town's weekly farmers market is a bit more modern, only existing for the last 900 years. Apt actually has a farmers market twice a week, once on Tuesday and a more popular one on Saturday, where we navigated the crowds to find some delicious food.
Merci. Avez-vous une fourchette? Merci, monsieur. Merci, monsieur. Au revoir. Bonne journée.
Look at the entire crevette shrimp here.
Precious, enormous.
Amazing. The market stretches through the entire town, which in some ways probably looks unchanged from when the market first started in the 12th century. The staples are all there: fresh vegetables, beautiful cheeses, sausages, and even some fruits from French islands on the other side of the world.
We're taking the long walk out of town to our car. It was big, it was chaotic. We got a pretty sizable haul here.
We took our veggies and made a classic Provençal meal Mary has been making since even before a rat made it cool, which fueled us up for the next day's market.
It is Sunday, and we are now at our second farmers market at Ile-sur-la-Surgue, and this is the Venice of the Luberon-Vaucluse area here in Provence. There's some nice canals, and it's a big market day today on Sunday.
This is a brocante, which is an antique market, and apparently these are known for being wildly expensive. So we are just here to window shop, but we'll show you what we find.
The Sorgue River made this town an industrial hub as far back as the 1500s, with mills for developing paper, rugs, and silk. With production came commerce, and its open-air market has been in business every Sunday since 1596.
We've been here for 2 hours, and I feel like we've barely scratched the surface. There's stalls, and then there's also these little stores with little streets going through and gardens.
You can really spend half a day at this market, and if you look hard enough, you can even find some deals. Just come early so you don't have to park as far from town as we did.
We learned our lesson for the third day of farmers markets here on Monday. We parked way outside of town and we're jogging in. So today we're going to
Forcalquier.
Forcalquier, little town here in Provence. So let's get to town.
But as we ran in, a mysterious siren song of bells rang through the town, so we followed their sound up to the top of the hill that the village sits on.
Sound of the citadel and the bells just ringing through this entire town is incredible. And here is the market.
If you're going to a Provençal market with your mind made up ahead of time, I think you're doing it wrong. These markets are for stumbling upon things, both at the vendor stalls, in the towns themselves, and sometimes you'll even stumble on something between towns.
What you have to remember is that these towns are built on ancient history, and some of that history is visible today, like here at Pont Julien, which is a bridge built by the Romans in the year 3 BC, and it's still standing here today. The arches of this bridge were especially built to avoid damage during heavy flooding, which is a somewhat common occurrence here in Provence. And so it's been able to stand the test of time because of Roman ingenuity. People used to drive on this up until the year 2005, driving over an ancient Roman bridge. And now you can bike over it or you can walk over it like what we're doing right now. This bridge has been here for 2,000 years. So if you build something, build it right. Welcome to day 4. Today we're going to the town of Gordes. Per usual, we had to ninja some parking on the side of the road here down the hill. And this is on the list of pretty towns in France, which is this prestigious list because a lot of them are pretty nice. And so I'm excited to check this out and see what the market looks like. No way. Massive pâté de fruits. That is amazing. Also, this dog is so cute.
This time we stumbled upon the most delicious boulders of solid fruit jelly we've ever tried.
6 months, I can say.
I first read about gourd in the book A Year in Provence, written by one of my favorite authors, Peter Mayle. He inspired our curiosity with Provence, and he described Gordes as one of the most beautiful villages in France. In some ways, Provence still feels like it lives in a romantic past we all wish existed. Towns made of stone, weekly markets, and a pace of living that makes you question why you're in such a rush. There's a cafe in Gordes that embodies this spirit, and not just in its location. Le Cercle Républicain is a meeting place founded in 1912 to uphold the principles of the French Republic. More than 100 years later, you can join for €6 a year and read the founding charter on the wall.
Well, we always say we're not going to get anything, and then we leave with pounds of gelatinized fruit and
Some
alcohol
local
samples here.
pastis.
Back at home, Mary made
A French dessert called clafoutis, which is basically like a stone fruit sort of cake slash tart. Typically it's made with cherries. We are gonna actually be making a plum version.
Today we're cooking with Pusscat. Sweet. And, who could forget, Millie. Outside of the farmers markets, we were spending our time with Millie and Pusscat, house sitting for a free stay in Provence. We've done this all over the world, and if you want to know more, click on our affiliate link in the description at the end of the video. As for the tart, we literally ate it so fast I didn't have time to get any video of it.
You know what it is, day 5. Going to our 5th farmers market here in Provence. It is Wednesday, and we are in the tiny town of Sol. And it rained today, so I'm wondering what that'll do to the farmers market turnout. Whoa.
They've been having a farmer's market here on Wednesdays since 1515.
That is epic. Well, we were unsure of whether there's a farmer's market here today. I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
there's a farmer's market here today. Mary, be honest. Are you getting tired of farmer's markets at this point?
No, but there is a special kind of joy when you find a stall that you haven't seen at other markets.
For paella, Mary.
Ooh, that's cool.
Spices.
The fruit confit was that yesterday for me, so I'm excited to see what new stalls we can find.
Got a gin distillery here. Pretty cool. Bonjour. That's really cool.
Oh my gosh, pumpkins!
Pumpkins.
Hey,
Hey, they do exist.
they do exist.
It's tiny.
Whoa,
Spicy
that's
peppers.
cool. It's such a cool shape.
There's a great store in the center of town that sells all sorts of sweets, including nougat. Both black nougat, which is the harder variety, and the soft, chewy white nougat. To avoid filling up on sweets, we got savory buckwheat crepes next to the church in Sol, and before we loaded up on veggies from the market, we found a gallery owned by Daniel Mathieu, who painted a familiar view from Cassis, a seaside village where we filmed our first short film a couple weeks earlier. You can find the trailer to Kidnap to Cassis on this channel or watch the full short film on our Loitering Frame YouTube channel, where we're going to be posting short films. Before we left the market in Saul, we bought something we'd never seen before: green Sicilian clementines, which taste just like a clementine but with a nice sour punch to them.
I think I've liked this market the most. The stalls are more spread out and it's not as dense with people, so you can actually like move around and you're not like in like a crowd.
Box acquired. An official Provençal farmers market box. So I think this town is a portal to Mont Ventoux, which is a famous cycling destination. It's a big mountain here in Provence. It's like white on the top. It's got this white bald rock.
And while we were in Provence, some locals tipped us off about Mont Ventoux being back on the Tour de France next year, which is now officially confirmed.
So if you want to come suffer up an iconic mountain, I think Saul is a great place to come see.
For day 6, we visited a town unlike any other in Provence, the red village of Roussillon. Roussillon is famous for its ochre cliffs that have been mined for their natural pigment, a color you can see on display throughout the town. Roussillon has long attracted artists with its picturesque views and vibrant colors, and it's hard not to feel like you're in another world while surrounded by red buildings on the top of a hill. The farmer's market is quite small, but fitting for such a tiny little gem.
Well, here it is, day 7 of 7 days of farmers markets, and Mary has gone full farmer lady. She's ready to run one of these stalls. We are in Lourmarin, which is a beautiful little town here in Provence. And there's a lot to this town, even more than the farmer's market, but for now we're gonna check out what they have here.
Ooh, little wines.
We got a little wine car here, a Cave de Loulou. These are cool looking knives. Oh yeah, that is really good. Look at these baskets.
Yeah, what are they?
These are cool little farmer's baskets, I guess, market baskets. Beautiful.
Oh
Savon.
my gosh.
Bonjour.
Bonjour.
Oh, wow, le petit.
Beautiful.
Celui-ci, olive.
Olive et lavande. The nature, super. They have these little squash that look like pumpkins, but they're not. They're called potis ronds. We've got car repairs here.
This is the perfect jacket for pet sitting because it looks like it already.
It's already hairy. It actually looks nice.
I'm gonna try it on actually.
Do it. Wardrobe change. Mary's gone from granny of the market to lady of the market.
Lady of the market.
Mary, what'd you get?
I got a sort of sweater jacket.
Yeah?
No, a shacket is a shirt jacket, so a swacket. You know what? I got a warm layer. Let's call it that.
How much was it?
It was 48 euro. I've actually been eyeing this one in San Francisco. That's a very similar cut. That was like $150.
All right.
So
And it's made in Italy.
Yes, it is Italian, and I got it from a local market seller. Feeling very cozy and warm and happy now.
The Lourmarin Farmers Market is huge, with vendors snaking through town every Friday. But this town meant more to us than a final farmers market. Lourmarin was the center point for adventures that we'll share with you in upcoming videos. We first arrived in Lourmarin weeks earlier on bikes when we attempted the 200-mile bike ride we thought was for beginners. We found the highest rated dedicated gluten-free restaurant in the world in Lourmarin. We attended a piano concert in the Lourmarin Chateau the day after this farmer's market. And boy was it fitting, because we later learned that the man who was responsible for first inspiring us to visit Provence spent his later years in this beautiful town. And for us, the adventure was just beginning.